Good morning and welcome back to Ecocentric. I've been taking some harvesting clips and I've got some. It's going to have to be in two videos, but I'll give you some harvesting videos to show what I've been up to and what I've been harvesting from the garden. Today's will be what I harvested in the first half of September, and then the next one will be our plums and russet potatoes. So for now we've got some squash and cucumber and the like, so I'll show you that. Hope you enjoy it. It's going to rain tonight, they say. They give us a 100% chance of it raining. And these beans, they're all gone completely dry now. The weird thing is, check out the color. So I don't know why they're like that, but I can't say I care either. They're beans, baking beans. In a beautiful pod full. So as I said, they gotta give us a 100% chance of rain, and even if it wasn't raining, I was wanting to put the sprinkler on here today. I was added on the shady plot last night, but I checked the forecast and this was just a couple of hours ago. Now this pod is still a little bit flexible. The beans are still white. It is definitely soldier. But why it doesn't have the clear markings, I don't know. Now the pods that are green I'm not going to take. But if you're watching my videos last year, you'll know that after a while they split, and then I lost a bunch of beans on the ground. I have discovered a few good, 2 or 3 good recipes now that I like. But see, I still have green pods and the peas aren't actually fully developed in that one. When I get to this one here, right, it's completely dried up. Then the beans have gone orange color. So that's interesting. Maybe while I'm sitting here I should just pull up these sorrel and plantain that's growing here as well to eat it. So I'll just lay them back on the ground and let them decompose right there. Except for the grass, I'm not going to leave that there. See, I'll take the ones that are fully ready and I'll lay them out on the screen in the house. And I might get just beautiful white beans out of it instead of the orange ones. Well, they're big beans. See, if I wait till after the rain, these pods that are pretty much completely dry. They'll be all soft. So it's better to take them before the rain. But once again, if the pod is green, here big green at all, I'm leaving it there. It'll be another few days before they're actually really ready. Still got flowers coming, so depending on the weather, you'll see how many more beans actually grow. That was probably due to the heat. Nothing even, not one bean in it, so maybe it wasn't even pollinated, but the pod grew, and that's all I got. These are the black beans, and as you can see, I got some that I can pick. I'll just take a look at them. But what I want to show you, see how the green, there's a line right there. This out here, the sprinkler didn't quite reach. So I am pretty certain that I have as good a harvest as I got because I was using the sprinkler. Now let's open up one of these and see. Yeah. Beautiful pod of peas, see? So once again, like I say, I lay them out on the screen and let them dry. So that's our bean harvest for September the 1st. The strawberries are still producing. How I didn't harvest yesterday. Not quite ripe. And that's the strawberry harvest for September the 5th. Tomatoes are ripening up. I let them get fairly well along. I picked them before they're completely ripe just because of where we are and the temperature and the alternating weather patterns. Something must have poked at it there, and anyway I've got a bad spot, but that's okay. See, this one I'm not going to pick right yet. So we have those two. The currants are finally getting ripe. Now, I find with currants, let them get fully ripe. If you pick them, and well, gooseberries this is, and currants are the same. If you pick them when they're even slightly underripe, they have a musky kind of taste that I don't like. But let them get fully ripe and they go nice and sweet. Go any further and they start to go bad. So I have to pick what's on this. But didn't produce all that many last year, but I think it produced more last year than it did this year. I already picked 3 cucumbers there from the bush crop cucumbers, and they were about that size. Then there's another one in there, pretty much the same size. I'm going to take these 2 right now. There's 1 and 2. Now this one I picked a little less mature. You can see they're the same, aren't they? And that's one of the things about growing stuff too. It depends on your growing conditions, how they grow. So the instructions that you get for growing them, that's just basic instructions. It's not fast instructions that you have to follow. They have a really big seed cavity. Let's try this one. I ate one already, and it was quite bland. No, it has a big seed cavity. And it's not truly a pickling cucumber. But just to check it, I'm going to go over and get one of the ones that's much smaller. So I'll turn off the camera and I'll be back in a minute. So we'll see what this one is like now. You see, the seed cavity is large, but at this point it's much firmer. If I were to go with this one, it's still firm, and here it's all separating. So let's try the difference in taste now. Because what happened when I tried the other one, I ended up cutting out this seed cavity. Let's use the paring knife. Like that. But also, the peel is quite hard. So once again, and if you pickled them, they're partially cooked and the peel is softened, right? Now, straight 8 cucumber, they're delicious raw. I had those grow before, and I pickled them, and they were good pickled as well. Okay, this one's a little sweeter. Maybe it was just the one I had. I have to try this one now. Maybe try it since the seeds aren't as well developed in it. I'm just going to take some of the peel off. And try it, the seeds and all. See, the thing about the seeds, the gel around them is mostly water, so it's a very soft thing. And I'm just wondering if I should just slice that up and put it in the pickling, because I want to make some mustard pickles. So the idea is, this is what you would do if you were had the actual pickling cucumbers, right? You'd leave the seeds in there. You'd pick them immature, like this, and you leave the seeds and all in. Now, what I am thinking about now is that because the other ones, they grew, well, they were growing in hot weather, and then we had the rain. They swelled up quickly, and they're more bland, whereas these grew when we were having constant moisture, so they got a constant growth, and they're much sweeter. That's my theory. So I'm happy that I tried these, especially on camera, because yeah, they're good. And I wasn't impressed with the first one I tried. Right now I'm going to harvest all the rhubarb that's good here, because as I said in an earlier video, I'm going to take this up and move it to the shady plot under the trees, because rhubarb is one thing that I know will grow over there. And then I'll have this bed ready to use for one of the annual crops. Now what I have to do first is put down a stick, put one there and one over here, because on this end the rhubarb actually has all died back, except for the one little piece, which is interesting. Anyway, that's small rhubarb, and there's one little strip of small rhubarb over there. In the center is all big rhubarb. I'm hoping that when I dig it up I get enough roots to make a fair sized patch over there. Now there is quite a bit of dead stuff that it dies on underneath anyway, but over there it wasn't underneath anything, so once again I'm thinking maybe the heat. Need to put this knife down somewhere. But yeah, I don't have to worry about deciding which one to pick, because I'm just going to pick it all. Now the other thing to think about too is you pick the rhubarb up to about halfway into your summer, and then you let it grow, because the roots need to build up energy to survive the winter. When you're coming up close to your first frost and things are going to be killed by frost, anything that's left there at that point that is still good, you can harvest the works, because the roots has got their energy then. Now it's looking like it's going to be over a month before our last frost, but this I'm going to probably be moving next week. Yeah, see, there was nothing there, just a couple of dead things. Oh, that's that soft one. So now I go through and next week, like I say, I use the fork and lift everything up, and I can sift out all these perennial weeds and that, and I'll have a good bed there. And I got almost a wheelbarrow load of rhubarb. Sit me down in comfort and chop all the ends off. That's why you have a sharp knife. See, that's the other kind I got. It makes little spindly stalks like this. Great for taking a piece and wandering around the garden chewing on it, but not so good for making rhubarb jam and pies and stuff. So that's it. I'll go in now and weigh that and see how much it is. Maybe half of what I got last year. Wonder if they'll fill up a 500 milliliter bottle. Well, I'll bottle those in a medium syrup. I don't normally harvest everything all at once. I just spread it out because it's, well, some things I have to harvest it and process it, and other things it's better to spread it out instead of wearing yourself out in one day trying to get everything in. So we'll spread the harvesting over a few weeks, and we'll let you know the updates as we go. So hope you'll follow along and hit the like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.